What's going on, everybody? It's GameUnboxingReviews here, and welcome to a very different and pretty much a special video on Lego Batman 3 Beyond Gotham. Now, basically, I've been getting a lot of comments from you guys wanting to see my top 10 characters that I would like to see in Lego Batman 3, and also the reasons why I want to see them and what they should be able to do. So I decided to do it because I thought it would be pretty fun. I didn't do it at first because basically I wanted to see how many people really wanted to see it. I didn't want to just make a random video just because 2 people asked. I do appreciate those 2 people, don't worry, I completely do. Really, thank you to everyone. But, you know, when there's more people who want to see it, then it gives me more of a reason to do it, because you know, I can see the popularity is high there. So yeah, this video is going to be me going down on my top 10 characters that I would like to see in Lego Batman 3 Beyond Gotham. So, without further ado, let's get to it. Alright, so first off, here we go. So basically, to me, this one is a no-brainer. It's Green Arrow, of course, and the reason that I've put up a picture of Arrow from the TV show is 3 reasons, I guess. Number 1 is this character is so popular now. So popular. Due to this TV show, many more people know who Green Arrow was. Trust me, if you asked me who Green Arrow was, I would know, but I wouldn't know as much as I do now after watching the show. Number 2, basically, you know, it's Green Arrow. You can have normal Green Arrow if you want. That's cool, and I think it'd be great if it fit into the story. And I would love to see Traveler Tales take it to the next step with these bow and arrow characters, because I believe that Hawkeye, yeah, he was cool, but he wasn't as fun to play as most characters. And you're probably thinking, yeah, because he has a bow and arrow and all he does is jump around. Well, not necessarily. If you do that character right and you give him some cool abilities that he's known to have, then you can still make him as cool as, say, Iron Man or Spider-Man. It's just, you just have to work on it. I'm not saying they didn't do Hawkeye justice. I'm just saying that I would love to see them improve on Green Arrow. And number 3 is, the reason I put up the Arrow picture is because I would love to see some Arrow skins, you know. The Arrow costume, I love it. Some of you may not like it, but I absolutely love it. I think it's a great costume. There's another character coming up next, which I would love to see an Arrow costume from. And also, with the Flash TV show coming soon, it would be great if we could get that costume as well, you know. I just think it would be really nice to be able to run around in all these movie and TV show costumes. I always love to see it in that, and Lego Marvel kind of did that. It had the comic costumes and it had movie costumes, and I would love to see a similar thing in Lego Batman 3. So yeah, that's pretty much it for Green Arrow. So, on to the next character. Alright, so next up, to me, again, this is another no-brainer. Arrow, the TV show, you know, it's so popular. Like I said, Deathstroke is in it, and it would be an amazing addition to be able to play as Deathstroke in this game. He could have all these cool weapons, and he could have pistols, shotguns. I don't know if you could have all of those, but I think for the alternative, basically Batman has like space suit, electric suit, you know, all these different suits, bomb disposal or something. He has all of those suits. So for Deathstroke, characters like Deathstroke, you should be able to open up the suit wheel, but he doesn't have suits. It could be a pistol, a machine gun, you know, a sword, a staff, all that stuff. That would just be really cool to see that variety of weapons for such a cool character, because we all know that Slade, he doesn't just carry a pistol or a machine gun. He's always well prepared. He always has more than one weapon, or more than 2 usually. So I really think that with Slade Wilson, if he is in the game, they should add a lot more cooler weapons and things to the character. And yeah, I would love to see an Arrow skin as well. That would be really cool. And yeah, that's pretty much it. And also, again, with the popularity of this character, they also had him in Arkham Origins, and I think that kind of like, this is the picture here, that kind of got his popularity up a little more. So I really think that, I'm hoping that DC are thinking like me right now and thinking, these characters are popular right at the moment, let's put them in the game. That's what I'm hoping for. Alright, so this one here is, of course, Jon Stewart. Now, you've probably seen me talk about him quite a lot in my videos, because he's personally my favourite Green Lantern. He's a very cool Lantern, and I really hope he's in this game. And also, we do know that the Lanterns are going to be playing a big part in the story and the overall game. So, we've had Hal Jordan, we've had Bleez from the Red Lantern, So I think it would be great if Jon Stewart's added. Plus, you know, they're really trying to add as many lanterns as possible, I believe. So I think it would be cool, and I don't really see them doing this because it would be a lot of work. But I think it would be great if each lantern had their own different moveset and abilities. That might be asking for too much because, like I said, it would be a lot of work. However, what they could do is, how could I explain this? So basically, if you had the Green Lanterns, they have a set of melee and powers and abilities and things. Then you got the Red Lanterns and they have their own set. Blue Lanterns have their own set, etc. I think that would be really cool, and it would maybe make it a little bit better. I mean, yes, we all want to see lanterns with all different abilities and things, but I guess it's just too much to ask for, and they've got to work on the rest of the game. But yeah, Jon Stewart would be one of my favorite characters that I really hope is in this game, and I just really hope he's in it. Alright, so this next character, I know I'm not the only one who desperately wants to see him in the game. It is, of course, Beast Boy. Now, for me, Beast Boy would be a really awesome character to play as, you know, because he can shapeshift and turn into all these different animals and things. I have so many ideas that just pop into my head when I think of this character and, you know, Lego. It's just perfect. It's a perfect character to add to the game. And it would also fit the humor. You know how Cyborg can turn into a washing machine, Plastic Man could turn into a aeroplane. Who knows what else there is. So I really think he would be a cool character. And there's just so many ideas that pop into my head, like for flight, you could double jump or something and he turns in, like similar to how Plastic Man turns into an aeroplane. You know, you could have Beast Boy turn into an eagle or something. And instead of suits, like I was talking about Slade Wilson, you know, Deathstroke, I was saying that instead of a suit wheel, he could have a weapon wheel. Well, instead of, you know, Beast Boy having suits, give him transformations. Let's have loads and loads of cool transformations we can turn into. Because Lego Marvel was brilliant and did that really cool thing we all wanted, was to be able to walk down the street as Bruce Banner, transform, and smash everything in sight. That was awesome. Why don't we take it to the next step and include even more transformations for a character like this? So not just one transformation. So he could have an eagle, he could have a bear, maybe a dinosaur, you know, maybe a shark if there's water levels, things like that. That would be so cool. And I really think he'd be a great addition to the story. I mean, imagine missions with this guy. I'm not sure if he's in the game or not. I really do hope he is, because I have asked, and I know a lot of people are asking, and I've asked for them. So I think he does have a high chance of making it, and I really hope the rest of the Teen Titans do as well, because you can't have Beast Boy without Raven, and you know, you got Cyborg already. So let's hope that they put all the rest of them in as well. So with this next character, I've been getting so many requests for me to ask Traveler Tales to put them in the game, you know, and like to persuade them and things. And don't you worry, I have been. But let me just say that I agree 100%. Do not worry about asking me to send them messages and things. I can't send them all the time, but you know what I mean. Because I don't want it to become spam for them. I don't want to annoy them. But yeah, Batman Beyond, I have to agree, would be an amazing addition to this game. And when I think about it, so many ideas pop up into my head. Like, for example, this idea I had was, you go to the character selection screen, and it has Terry McGinnis. It doesn't say Batman Beyond, it says Terry McGinnis. You click Terry, and then he's in the game. Once he's in the game, you hold down Y or something, and the suit wheel pops up. Now, in that suit wheel, you'll see the default Batman Beyond suit, but also they could have all of Batman's suits in the game, but Batman Beyond themed. Like, imagine a space suit for Batman Beyond and an electric Batman Beyond suit. Those would just be so cool. I think that would be a brilliant addition. And of course, he wouldn't be the same as Batman. That's why he shouldn't really be a costume, I think, is because, you know, he could have rocket boots and everything. I mean, I guess that's the same as the spacesuit, but still, it would be so cool to see that, and I really hope they maybe think about it. And actually, after this video, I think I might send them that idea, because I never thought of it in that much detail. So I think I will send that idea, because to me that sounds too cool. Alright, so this character here is pretty scary. Yeah, I'll be honest, I don't know a lot about him, okay, because like you all know, I love DC. You know, I love DC Comics, I love the shows, the movies, brilliant. Everything about him, all the characters, awesome. But I don't know as much as, say, Marvel. I'm not trying to sound like a Marvel fanboy. I really don't want to. I like them both equally. It's just I don't know as much about DC, I guess. But this character, I have been looking into him ever since LEGO Batman 3 was announced. They talked about lanterns. I started researching into lanterns, and I would absolutely love to see Atrocities. He's, for one, a big figure, which, well, he's not, but it would be cool if he was a big figure. I think if he isn't, I would be kind of confused when I saw it. I'd be like, what? Why is he not a big figure? That's what I'd be thinking. So I think he should definitely be a big figure in this game. And also, with LEGO Marvel, we had big figures and all they could do was jump. You know? That's all. Jump. Why can't we have this character be the very first big figure that can fly? That would be really cool to see a character like this fly and have all these powers. He'd be indestructible, you know? You would have all this power, but you're so big and you could just smash everything in sight. I think he would be one of the most fun characters to play as. And of course, the things they learn from this character, they could incorporate into other characters in the game. Maybe, I can't really think of any on the top of my head, but I think having a big fig character and giving him more than just a jump ability, in terms of like movement, I think would be really nice. So with this next character, I'm pretty sure he is in the game. He's one of the characters I am almost sure that is going to make an appearance. If not in the story, then, you know, you'll find him in the Watchtower or something. Like, you know, you'll find him, you'll fight him, and then you'll unlock him. I think that's how it'll work. But anyway, what I think for Bane is keep the minifigure. You know, the classic minifigure, what we all know from Batman, LEGO Batman 1 and 2. They did change the design, but still, it's still a minifigure. Keep that. That's very cool, and a lot of people still like it. Good. But make it so when you hold down triangle or Y or whatever you're playing the system on, whatever you're playing the game on, sorry, he could, I'm trying to think of how he could do this, because basically you couldn't have him inject himself. That's, you couldn't do that in this type of game. It wouldn't work and it would be wrong. So we couldn't really have him do something like that. But I can't really remember the name, I'm sorry about that, but somebody suggested that he should punch himself in the stomach or something, and then he freaks out and goes all big. I think that would be a great idea. Basically, I just want to see Bane be able to turn into Titan Bane. If you don't know who Titan Bane is, I believe he's in the comics, but he's mostly known, I think, for me, he's mostly known in the Arkham games, you know, the big, huge Bane with big pipes coming out his back and thing. That would be really cool to see in the game. And the reason I said keep the minifigure is because for me, when I play a game, I always like choice. Choice for me is key in every video game. And basically, what I mean by that is, right, I'm given a costume, okay? I should be able to change that costume. That weapon, I should be able to change that weapon. That car, I shouldn't have to drive it. Not every game works that way, I understand that. It's just, when I play a game, I always search high and low for as many choices as possible to create the most enjoyable experience for me possible. I want to play as this character, use this weapon, drive this vehicle. That's kind of how I like to play the games that I play, because to me, like I said, choice is key. So if you don't like Big Figure Bane, don't play as him, you know? Keep Minifigure Bane, because then you can play as him and you don't have to play as the Big Figure one. And I think that was one of the coolest thing about my friend Francesco's Venom petition, the Big Figure Venom, the one that came out last year where in LEGO Marvel, Venom can turn into a big figure, which is so cool. I think the cool thing about that is, so many people are complaining, I don't want a big figure Venom. But the good thing is, you don't have to. Just don't hold down Y, you know? You don't have to play as this big figure version of Venom. So if you don't like him, just don't play as him. It's simple as that. That's what I like. One of the most coolest things I thought of that petition was the choice in it. I just think, if we could get the same for Bane, I think that would be a really cool addition to an already amazing game. Alright, so this character here is of course the Arkham Knight, which is the villain in Batman Arkham Knight, which releases next year on next generation consoles and I believe PC? Yeah, so yeah, this is the Arkham Knight, and I've been getting probably the most amount of requests for this guy. This guy is getting so much attention, which is completely understandable because, well, Arkham Knight is going to be awesome, and this character looks awesome. You know, we've seen so many screenshots of him and everything, and he just looks super cool. the reason I'd probably put him in the list is he is probably one of the characters I would like to see, but I also wanted to talk about that I just don't know how it'll work. The only crossover game that I've seen with LEGO that they've done was in LEGO Star Wars 3, you could unlock Starkiller, which is from the Star Wars The Force Unleashed video games. So they had that, but that's different because that was, you know, Lucasfilms and things, LucasArts, sorry. So I'm not sure if it's the same with this one. I mean, it would be awesome to see the Arkham Knight, don't get me wrong. And really, if you do ask, you know, you should ask the developers, because the more messages they get, and the more messages they get from loads of people saying, like, for example, I want the Arkham Knight, and then another guy comes on later and says the same thing, and another one, etc., etc. That gives the character more popularity, and then Traveller Tales are like, okay, so these people, we've been getting a lot of requests for the Arkham Knight. It seems like he's a character that people really want in the game, and then they think about putting him in. But I just don't know how it would work. I really hope they do add him, because he would be such a cool character to play as, and it would also be nice to hold you down until, you know, Arkham Knight releases next year. So yeah, he would be a very cool character to play as. I just don't know how it would work. Right, so with this character, I don't really want to say much because, you know, we know what he'd be able to do. He should be a big figure, and he should be able to smash everything in sight, pretty much. I just think that Doomsday is such a cool character, and I would love to see him playable in the game. But Greg Miller said in IGN, I think it was, what was it? Was it E3? I think it was E3 that they were talking about it. And he said, I'll give you a suggestion, and he said, Doomsday, you should think about that character. And he was like, okay, okay. That's what Arthur Parsons was like, okay, alright. So I think it's possible. It's possible that he'll be in the game. And come on, who doesn't want Doomsday? Plus, he would make for some awesome battles in the game. I think he'd be a very cool and destructive character. You could have some really destructive environments with this kind of character. Alright, so with this, I wanted to talk about just a few things. First off is, of course, as you can see here, this is Henry Cavill in his Superman uniform from the Man of Steel movie. And basically, when that movie released, we had some LEGO sets released which came with characters like Superman, Zod, Feora, Lois Lane, and some soldiers. It would be so cool if in this game we can unlock those costumes and fly around in these movie uniforms, and that'd just be really awesome. And also, with Zod, he had quite a few appearances in the movie. So, for example, if you bring up the suit wheel, you could have Zod with his armor on, with the mask that we see in the movie at the beginning, I think. Like, well, not the beginning, like when he first comes to Earth or something. And then we could have another suit which is without the mask, and then another one which doesn't have the armor at all. And I won't spoil it, but you'll know how he looks if you've seen the movie. That would be really cool to see that in the game, all those suits. And also, going on about suits, this is the second thing I wanted to talk about. It's not just Superman, but in the game, I would love it if when you bring up the suit wheel, it has a secret identity. I would love to see it for every character, but I don't see that happening, sadly. But if they could do it for as many characters as possible, that would be amazing. So, for example, if I'm Batman, I bring up the suit wheel, I got all these cool suits, but I want one of them to be Bruce Wayne. And then he does some cool animation where he changes into Bruce Wayne. That would be really cool. He could even just, I don't know, run off camera and then come back, and then there he is, and it's Bruce Wayne. Superman could, I don't know, he could turn around and somehow there could be a phone box there, and then he gets into it, and he spins around, and then you see him as Clark Kent. I think that would just be super cool. And you could do it with other characters. You could have Barry Allen. That would be a really cool one I thought of. Is as the Flash, you go down into the suit wheel or something, or you hold down Y, and he spins around in a circle really, really fast, and then he stops, and you see him in his civilian clothes. That would be pretty cool. So yeah, I would love to see, you know, secret identities. Like I was saying earlier about choice in video games, that's another thing. I've always wanted to be able to be in a game, play Superman, press a button, and turn into Clark Kent, and then go back to Superman. Just that kind of choice for me would just be amazing, and I think Lego Marvel really did that. You know, you could be Bruce Wayne, not Bruce Wayne, sorry. You could be Bruce Banner and turn into the Hulk. You could be Spider-Man and turn into Peter Parker. Let's have Superman be able to turn into Clark Kent, Batman into Bruce Wayne, and etc. Alright, so last but not least, I'll just make this quick. So basically, with the Dark Knight Rises, when it released, we did actually have Lego sets just like the Man of Steel. And it came with like Dark Knight Rises, Bane and Batman. Again, I would love to see these as unlockable costumes in Lego Batman 3. Because, basically, sometimes with the Lego games, Arthur Parsons has said in the past that when they put a character in the game that doesn't actually have a figure in real life, they actually have to check to see if he's allowed to be in the game. And I think if a character has been, or a costume has been made, I think they get a lot more clearance. They're allowed to put them in the game. So I think if these characters have had these costumes and have been made into real Lego figures, why not put them in the game? I understand this movie's a few years old now, but everyone loves the Dark Knight trilogy, and I think it would be an amazing addition to this game. And also, if you see my most recent video with the EB Games Australian pre-order bonus, you get a little tumbler. I understand that that's probably not the official pre-order bonus because Arthur Parsons has said there's already a little minifigure, and I think it's probably Space Batman, like his Batman suit. But why would they give EB Games that? The tumbler. I understand that you can get the tumbler anyway, that little tumbler, because everyone keeps telling me that they have one and you can get one in store and things. But why would they give you a tumbler? Why wouldn't they give you a small classic Batmobile? It just makes me think that that pre-order bonus could be hinting at Dark Knight Rises costumes in the game. I don't want to get your hopes up, but that's what I think. And if it is in there, brilliant, awesome. So yeah, guys, that's pretty much it. I mean, I've worked quite hard on this list. I tried my best to pick out some really good characters and some really good features and things that I would love to see in the game. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I mean, I understand that you're all kind of annoyed that there hasn't been much news, and don't worry, I completely understand that. But basically, what I need to explain to you guys is that if there's a screenshot, I'll upload it. I understand that you guys want more news, but I can't provide more news if there's no news. That's the thing. That's why I've been uploading one screenshot. If you're used to my channel, you'll notice that I did this with every game. With Amazing Spider-Man, Deadpool game, Sleeping Dogs. I did it with every game. I made a video of at least, even if it was just one screenshot. Because everyone wants to see these things. And to me, when I see just one screenshot, I get excited. So I think I like to share that with everyone and, you know, get them all excited. So that's why there's been no news, because there's no news. It's hard to explain, and I don't really want to offend anyone. It's just, that's all I can say, really. I mean, once there is more news, of course, there'll be even more videos, loads more news talking about it. We'll be talking loads about it. But for now, that's it. That's pretty much it for now. But I think Comic-Con is the next stop for this game, which they're going to show it off at. And I think we're going to see some really cool stuff there, and I really cannot wait to see it all. Alright guys, so I hope you enjoyed the video. Sorry if it's quite lengthy. I did want to talk about this quite a lot because I wanted to go in detail about exactly what I want to see in the game. So anyway guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. Stay tuned for lots more news on LEGO Batman 3 Beyond Gotham and Disney Infinity 2.0 Marvel Superheroes Edition. And as always, please remember to like, comment and subscribe.